If you see something in Free the Delete that stands out and you think, maybe this means something, it means something.
Wow, we've got a lot to talk about today. Of course, yesterday, Matt Hardy's Free to Delete episode 7 went live on his YouTube channel, Matt Hardy Brand. And of course, it was action-packed. There was so much happening and so many references and little Easter eggs that we can now sit and dissect. We got some exclusive ones to actually talk about as well. There's honestly so much. I'm literally excited to make this video. Really excited. Now, I really wanted to include that video clip at the start because some people don't see the importance of Free to Delete. And although it may not play into the Bray Wyatt character perfectly or what WWE does in the future, it is going to play into the character and future of Matt Hardy, and that is who and why we are theorizing this right now. Now, of course, Matt Hardy started off the episode. He was confused. He was upset. Of course, on episode 6, we saw him lose the Woken Deletion match. Rising was victorious and Matt Hardy lost, and we got told the whole purpose of it was to delete Woken Matt Hardy. What? Of course, the clue was in the name, Woken Deletion. We should have all saw that coming, to be fair. But a lot more happened than that. We got our first ever physical manifestation of Sister Abigail in the Lake of Reincarnation. You can see her floating here. We also got multiple new names for Abigail. We got the Abomination, Abscess, or Abigail. Of course, Matt Hardy instantly recognized the name Abigail, and he turned around and he said it, repeated it straight away because he knew what it meant. And I like this a lot because it kind of fits in perfectly with the theory we've been going on lately, that when Bray Wyatt went into the Lake of Reincarnation, Sister Abigail left him, and she's been in the lake ever since. But here's the interesting thing. What if when Bray Wyatt went into the Lake of Reincarnation, something else infected him? And I know what you might be thinking, how is that possible? Because obviously the Fiend has been with him since childhood, but maybe that was just Bray Wyatt getting pot lucky with an old promo. Maybe. Now, of course, we found out Kennagen has always held dominion over Abomination. Now, we know that Abomination is Abigail, and we know that Kennagen is like this Fiend character. We know that because that is the character Rising played after he listened to the lake. Now, that doesn't make a lot of sense because instantly you sit there and think, you heard a female voice telling Rising to let me in, and of course he did. But we then found out that Xena, Matt Hardy's spirit, the Zenith that lives inside of him, has been infected by both Kennagen and Abomination. So if the Fiend and Abigail are now working together, that would make a lot of sense. I like that a lot. And it plays in perfectly with the fact that Kennagen could have split and gone into Bray Wyatt as well. Matt Hardy laying down in his own grave, burying Xena. Oh, it was awesome. Of course, we then had the big one at the end. Rebby Hardy slapping Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's been sat on his ass for 3 days. He wasn't doing anything. He wasn't happy. He wasn't playing with the kids. And Queen Rebecca gave him a big old slap. And Matt Hardy saw sense. And instead of just sitting around, Matt Hardy got up and he said, "I'm going to Raw until I can get my broken brilliance back." Brilliant. Love it. Now, one thing, big talking point from this week's Free to Delete was this. We got told that Xena will cease to exist past the year 3220. But when you break that down into a date, it becomes March 2nd, 2020. If you're in the UK, Americans put their month before the date. We do it the other way around, the right way. But just making that point. But of course, that's really cool because Matt has actually said about this on Twitter. And I've got to give a massive shout out to Emily, who tweeted this to me, who tagged me in it. I love this. I've seen tons of people referencing the date, March 2nd, 2020, the last few hours. Must say, it's an important date. My network rep has just told me that 2nd of the 3rd, 2020 shall be the series finale of the entire Free to Delete series. And of course, we've heard before about the reference to 13 weeks that would build up to that date. We've seen the phone call before, which we theorized means the future, or two others means WWE, AEW, maybe even Impact Wrestling. It's the best guess. And of course, it looks like Matt is leaving WWE on that date. Now, I tweeted Matt Hardy last night. Matt Hardy retweets these theory videos quite often. I know he's watched one in the past because it appeared in his likes videos. Thanks for that if you're watching, Matt. So I said, hey, Matt Hardy, so after the amazing episode 7 of Free to Delete, I'm going to be making a video theorizing it tomorrow, which is what you're watching right now. If you could, please reply with one word or one coded phrase that we can dissect and make the video even more wonderful. And that's right, he replied so fast with the word limbo. Now, I like this because it was referenced on Free to Delete, but limbo, I think Matt Hardy's saying that right now, Matt Hardy on Free to Delete doesn't know what he's going to do. I think Matt Hardy in reality has an idea of what he's going to do next, but I don't think on the actual series he has any idea. And I like this because although he's trying to free the delete, he's not looking for his release from WWE. He's waiting for his contract to expire, and then he's going to jump ship and probably go to AEW. And I'm all for that. I really like that. I think limbo is where we're seeing Matt Hardy right now. Of course, it makes sense because it fits in as well with the Funhouse with Abby. So you can tie things in a little bit with Bray Wyatt. And I like that. Maybe Matt has worked alongside Bray to put some of this together. Now, I want to give a massive shout out to Ryzen. He actually didn't appear in this week's episode, but there's so much I wanted to talk about and something I missed off of the last video. And we have referenced it a little bit already, but it's the character that Ryzen actually plays. When Ryzen looked in the lake, he was just Rob Ryzen. When he looked into the lake, he let whatever was talking to him in. He became the devil. And if he's the devil, we've already established on previous Funhouse theory videos that Fiend means devil. So if he's a devil, the Fiend's a devil, whatever has infected Ryzen is probably what infected Bray Wyatt, which is Kennagen, this weird spirit from beyond who's evil and got this weird supernatural power. Maybe even more so now that it's sort of mixed with Abigail. We know that Xena got infected by both Kennagen and the Abomination, so it's plausible and very possible. I don't think we're going to see Ryzen show up in WWE and take down the Fiend, although it would make perfect storyline sense. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think if anywhere, again, I think Ryzen will show up in AEW. We did that theory video before with the pictures of him actually being on the show, so it's possible. Now, talking of AEW, I have spoke about and been outspoken, I suppose, about my want for Matt Hardy to join the Dark Order. Not even join it, to lead it. Now, we know that the guy in charge of it is called Evil Uno, which means the evil one. But he could be like the first man of the Dark Order. Maybe like the chosen one or something. Because whoever is his higher power, because all cults worship someone, could turn out to be Matt Hardy. And I really want this. Okay, Matt, if you actually ever watch this video, this really needs to happen, okay? Delete the Elite. I want that on a t-shirt. If you go to AEW within a week, I want that on Pro Wrestling Tees. Delete the Elite. I really like that. That is so freaking cool. And it just fits in perfectly, and I think it would work for AEW. Now, I love Free to Delete, and as I mentioned before, a lot of this can be tied in with Bray Wyatt, but you have to do it respectfully. Just because we now know that Abby's name is Abscess doesn't mean if Bray Wyatt says on Twitter he's got a tooth abscess that, you know, he's got Sister Abigail let back in. We have to watch the Funhouse and actually work out these little Easter eggs, and maybe we can actually work things out from Free to Delete, because Matt Hardy will have insider information. He is a WWE superstar after all. He knows what the original plan with The Fiend are. He also knows that plans will change. So maybe he's using old recycled plans that WWE do not plan to do. That's very possible. But I do think it's important to watch Free to Delete. Whether you're a Bray Wyatt fan, whether you're a Matt Hardy fan, it's definitely important to watch it because it's the future of Matt Hardy. And, of course,
If you see something in Free the Delete that stands out and you think, maybe this means something, it means something.
it means something. So we're not talking complete trash. We are talking a little bit of sense here. First time for everything, right? Well, let me know your thoughts, as you always do, in the comment section down below. Of course, like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Don't forget to go and check out Free to Delete on Matt Hardy's YouTube channel, Matt Hardy Brand. And I will, as always, see you next time. Delete!